and then Return of the Jedi.
Move closer!
I think that one drags the most, I think.
Yes.
Of all of them. I like the opening set piece. I like the ending set piece.
Yeah, that one is rough with the middle section. And then, like, a lot of it is Harrison Ford's fault because he was like, I don't want to come back. So that's why they froze him in the previous movie.
Because they weren't sure if he was going to come back or not.
And then they're like, all right, we're bringing him back. And it's like, well, find something for him to do. It's like, well, shit.
He's like that one gif of him like...
Yeah, it's like, I guess he can hang out on the teddy bear planet for a bit while everyone else does cool shit. So Return of the Jedi is like the origin for the prequels where it has too many, and again, other reviewers have said this, which is why I'm not doing a full review on a lot of those. It has too many endings, like it has too many plot lines going on. And then
also, wasn't it a mess behind the scenes for this too?
A little bit, yeah.
I'm pretty sure this was like a hot mess.
I mean, I would have loved if David Lynch directed this. He was offered it, and that would have been bizarre. Instead, he did Dune. Yeah, so there's too many things going on. There's a lot of scenes where characters sitting and talking. We'll see more of that in the next 3 films. And then this is where they start getting carried away with the secret relationships. Where it's like, Leia's Luke's sister. Like, she is?
Your sister.
They just made out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then it's bizarrely written because Luke will be like, tell me about your mother. Your real mother. And it's like, and as the audience, you're like, okay, so Leia had a mother, but she also had a real mother.
But also, Leia remembers her real mother because she looks so sad, and it's just like, and then you watch.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the Disney Plus series to come out to like retcon that, just so they can fix that one.
Yeah, because I'm sitting there. I remember being
like how they did with the Clone Wars show.
Yeah.
I remember being as a kid, I was just like, okay, well, so Leia had a mom, but that wasn't her real mom, but she remembers her real mom, but Luke doesn't, and neither of them remember their real dad. It was very bizarre.
Yeah.
And they get carried away in the next one,
or
the next 3.
I don't like Return of the Jedi at all.
You don't like it at all?
I mean, like, there's some parts or whatever. Like, I love the end battle and everything.
The Luke
not the Ewok battle. I'm talking Palpatine and...
The Luke storyline is really good.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, is he going evil because he's wearing black? And
it's almost like the sequels do the same thing. Or I just want to watch the Rey and Kylo stuff the entire time.
Yeah, they really struggle with the supporting characters in that series.
Speaking of that romance.
Oh, God. But yeah, so the whole thing is like Luke really wants to redeem his father and save his father, but will he go to the dark side? So you're stuck in that whole area there, and then it's just like, will the rebels? Did they find the Empire like vulnerable because the Death Star is not fully complete? And then you find out it's like a trap. It's a trap, which is really cool. And there was even another subplot that they deleted with Jar Jarad, the Imperial like lieutenant or whatever.
Okay.
He has a couple scenes with Vader. He's the one who's like, well, we'll double our efforts when he finds out the Emperor's coming. He had a whole character arc.
Okay.
Where he's like working with the Emperor. He gets into a fight with Vader and Vader like straight up chokes him and the Emperor's guards almost fight him.
I remember hearing about this.
But he's a guy who realizes like, what was that old British sitcom was on BBC where they did that skit with the Nazis and they're like, are we the baddies? He has that moment where like at the end, like the Emperor's like, hey, if they destroyed the satellite dish on the planet, I want you to blow up the planet. He's like, but Emperor, our people are down there. He's like, you fucking do what I say.
I don't care.
And it's one of those like where he like realized, like that's a cool scene, but they were smart to cut that out because they're like, all right, now we have too much going on.
Right.
Yeah.
Which they did not learn from.
We could have seen what like the Imperial guards do and stuff because they just kind of like hung out there and got Lego sets and stuff, but they didn't.
The Imperial. All right, so there's a great comic called Tag and Bink Are Dead.
Yes.
Have you ever heard of it?
Yes.
Have you ever heard of this? Mm-hmm. So if you don't know, there's a play called Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead, and it's about the supporting characters in Hamlet from their point of view. So they made a book called Tag and Bink Are Dead. It's like they were there for all the scenes in Star Wars. And I love that the one issue is they're the Imperial guards. Because when you watch, the elevator doors are there, and then the Imperial guards go behind it.
Right.
And in the comic, you realize they're like, I thought there was a door in the back. So they're just sitting there awkwardly because they're too embarrassed to go back out while everything is happening.
You never know. Maybe there was a Sith holocron that would lead you to the other planet at Exegol.
But the Emperor is great in this.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to try to start humanizing Darth Vader, you have to put another big bad. And they like nailed it with the Emperor, and Ian McDermott is great in it.
I swear to God, he just has the time of his life as that character.
Yeah.
Like,
he really does.
Oh my God.
Even in Rise of Skywalker, I was like, I was happy to see him
That's
back.
where I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
But talk about the origin of the problems. This is when they were like, well, we have to make things specifically for toys. Ewoks. It was supposed to be Wookiees.
Or specifically for other movies.
Yeah, so this is
For the
like
kiddies.
George wanted to merchandise and make things a little bit more child friendly to push more merch. So we get the Ewoks.
Merch.
More merch.
Merch. You said merch.
My sinuses are clogged. Leave me alone.
I mean, to be fair, Star Wars was kind of always for kids to a degree, but yeah.
Yeah, but if you think about it, like, well, it's one of those things where kids were able to handle more stuff back then. So you got hands getting cut off and stuff, and
Yeah.
like I fucking grew up watching. I went to the theaters to see Starship Troopers. It's like a rated R movie with like bug hunting and people getting ripped off and boobs, and like
Yeah.
there's no kid today is gonna go see a movie like that.
Yeah, people are like calling for Doctor Strange to be rated R. Like, what?
Those idiots don't know how the MPA works. The MPA has always been flawed. They've always favored directors over like
Right.
other people and try to screw other people. Like
Yeah.
they have been inconsistent. You can find PG movies from like the 60s with nudity in them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like it's so it's the worst
It's all over
rating
the
system.
place.
Yeah. So Return of the Jedi, the Ewoks, people really hate them. I didn't like them for years. Now I don't care.
They're there.
We have new enemies.
Yeah. I feel like this one gets screwed over hard by the special edition. So right away, C-3PO and R2-D2 go to Jabba's palace, but I guess the door wasn't big enough. This is in the most recent, the 2011 Blu-ray. He just made the door gigantic. Why? Can I?
Jabba can get in.
The door was already big enough for Jabba.
What about the Rancor? Like, could the Rancor not get in there or something?
I don't know. There's no reason to
like
make
a-
the door so
It's like
big.
a little doggy door for the.
So
Rancor.
here's
Maybe if Jabba had a lady over or something.
Yeah.
so here's
Never
the thing.
know.
Yeah.
Never know.
Here's the thing with the original. It's like, so George apparently always wanted like the dance number
Yeah.
with Slice Noodles and the band, but they couldn't get the puppet to work right. So they were like, you know what? Maybe we don't need this scene. We'll have her in the background. It'll be her and Max Rebo, and that'll be it.
You know, they never ended up adding. They had it on set like this guy that was covered in LEDs.
Yes,
he was
and it looked terrible.
And they just never ended up putting the guy in the movie.
Phil Tippett tweeted about it.
Okay.
He's like, yeah, we did a camera test and we all agreed it looked terrible.
Not good.
So now George is like, well, now I got to go back and add in the fucking dance number. Jedi Rocks. What did you think about Jedi Rocks? I don't think any of us like it.
I was on board until he goes to the camera and he's like,
He's all like,
that's where it was like, all right.
Because I remember watching like
Breaking the fourth wall.
even when I was like an idiot and loved all this shit. I remember even me I was just like,
It looked like shit.
yeah, I'm like, that doesn't look too good. That looks pretty bad. And it like ruins the whole mood of that scene where it's like you're in like a gangster's dungeon, like people are being fed, like a woman is being fed to a monster, which then they
Ula?
added new scenes of her down there, but like
Just like, what's going to happen
but
to
you
me?
still don't see her get eaten, so it's like I don't think we need to see her down there. We already
You
know
just
she's
hear-
down
Yeah,
there.
you hear her like yelling, right?
Yeah, but in the original cut, she just falls.
Yeah,
and you hear her
and then
yelling.
that's it.
But then the
Yeah, then
special
it shows
edition,
her
they
down
show
there.
the
I know,
reaction to her, which I thought was bizarre. By the way, let's talk about this escape plan. So the plan is everyone gets captured. And then at the Sarlacc pit, at the right moment, R2 will shoot Luke's new lightsaber to him. They had a lot riding on this plan. I don't know why they thought this would work.
Everything had to go wrong before it could go right.
Yeah, literally, like that was like a multi-stage plan. Like that was like,
Don't worry about it.
You know what? It would have been cool. I know they wanted to reveal the green lightsaber when he like first clicks it on,
Yeah.
but the deleted scene where he's building the lightsaber and
Yeah.
putting the crystal in there. I mean, come on.
I mean, that's
Disney.
kind of cool, but like you could also just like even as a kid, I'm like, oh, I guess he made a new lightsaber. I didn't really care how he did it because I didn't think it was that important.
It's just a cool moment.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, it was just cool.
Yeah, so they get to the Sarlacc pit and we get CGI beak.
Yeah.
This really smooth looking CGI beak, and I thought the beak was always stupid. Like, why did they
Yeah,
add
why
a
can't it
beak?
just be a giant hole in the teeth?
Yeah, why? I don't know why they felt the need to like add the beak, and especially when it looks really bad.
Maybe it could be a little bit more expressive. You
Yeah.
could sing part of the song too. if you
Yeah,
want.
but also now, like, because people are like, Boba Fett survived. I'm like, well, I don't know. That beak ate him. I don't know how you survived that. I still don't know how he survived that because in Book of Boba Fett, the beak is alive. So I thought that was like a needless change. There are a lot of needless changes in
Beak
this.
of Boba Fett.
The beak of Boba.
Thank you for that laugh. Thank you.
Huh?
Thank you for
You're
laughing
welcome,
at that.
you're welcome.
I appreciate that.
So they eventually get to Endor. We all know what happens on Endor, but the most recent Blu-ray, the Ewoks blink now.
Oh, yeah.
They went from having dead, cold eyes to now just having dead, cold eyes that blink. Like, if you're going to make a blink, try to make the rest of their face, like, with more
Something,
expression.
yeah.
Because before I'm like, wow, that's a guy in a really creepy suit. I never for once believed that these were real creatures. But now that they blink, I'm like
There's
this looks
no
like a doll
movement
that's
in, like eyebrow. Like, no, it's literally just.
And they just like they just like open mouth breathe all the
Yeah.
time. It's
they're very creepy. I don't know
weird.
why they thought they were gonna go all in on this.
Oh,
Make
even in
them-
the Ewok movies, looking at that one freaking GIF that you sent me this morning, I'm just sitting there like, oh god.
I don't like the fast one. No, the fast one's
he's
weird.
not an Ewok. We're getting to those. Don't worry.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so the Ewoks is where a lot of people like fall off of this. But it has a really cool speeder bike chase in the forest.
Yeah.
That stuff's really cool. Yeah, then we get what else did they add? Oh, the ending. Darth Vader screaming no. Someone pointed out, they're like, this is like, you're basically saying you don't trust your audience to know what's going on. But I was never confused by that scene. Were you guys? It's
Nope.
like, oh wow, Darth Vader, he's looking at his son and the Emperor, realizing that, you know, he's wrong and he has to like make up for everything. I got it. We all got it.
What if they added like scene? Like, what if they added like through the eyes you could see tears and like him crying and getting more emotional? I don't know.
Someone once did a fan edit where it's the song from Rocky 4 when Apollo Creed dies and Rocky is remembering the previous 3 films, but it's like it cuts to like Darth Vader and it's like showing the prequels, and then that's what makes him throw the Emperor.
Stupid.
And that would have been better than no.
The 2 no's. It's 2.
It's like, no, we got it. Why did they do that? That's so fucking stupid. And then they took his eyebrows off. They removed Darth Vader's eyebrows.
Bacta is great for growing back hair.
They removed his eyebrows and changed his eye color. Do you know why? To fit in more with the prequels. It's like, yeah, but couldn't you have just made the prequels fit in with this? I don't think Anakin needed his entire body on fire. Like, what the fuck?
Some pretty gnarly eyebrows though. Could have trimmed them.
Speaking of prequel editions, they put Sebulba in Jabba's palace.
That's funny as shit. That's hilarious.
Maybe it's not Sebulba. Maybe it's another one of those.
I think it's a Bulba.
But it's just walking around. It's like, why? Oh, and then before the Sarlacc scene, they thought it was important to cut to a desert of just like a bunch of banthas walking, and then cut out more and show like all these banthas horribly green screened into the desert. It's really bad.
That scene didn't need to exist.
No.
We get it. We were going to the desert. Like,
Because the blue screen in the original Return of the Jedi is pretty bad. So now you have bad modern green screen cutting to bad 80s blue screen in that scene. Like, this is just all around bad. And then I fucking hate the ending of Return of the Jedi's special edition. Hayden Christensen. Why?
I liked that change growing up.
What?
Yeah.
I thought it made sense when I was little, but like,
Well,
it was
little, 2004, you were 14. I don't know if that's
I was little.
because that's not in the
Littler.
97
I'm
still a
one,
child.
obviously.
Littler.
I'm still a child.
Okay.
But I took it as, oh, it's when Anakin was like good. But then I'm like, but technically he was good at the end of
The movie.
Jedi.
Yeah.
So like, I don't understand it. Before I was trying to like justify it, but now I'm like, wait, that doesn't
Before
make
it's the
sense.
actor, I forget who played the unmasked Vader.
Yeah, it's
Because there's I have David Prowse's autograph on that DVD.
Oh.
Because it's David Prowse. James Earl Jones does the voice. There was another one who did the sword fighting.
Oh my god, I cannot remember
And
his
I
name.
can't remember the guy who did his face. But it was like him without the birds to show like, oh, you know, he made it to the light side, which I think if you participate in genocide, you're not going to make it to the light side. You can. It was good you took care of the Emperor because
he's
he
the
was the bad
chosen
guy.
one.
But like, I don't think you're gonna get you don't really get redeemed from that. You did a horrible thing. And then that's where we get the whole like all the Jedi have to wear the sand robes that Obi-Wan Kenobi wore. And it's like, when did that become a uniform? Like, Luke's not wearing anything remotely like that.
I like that the Obi-Wan Kenobi series is like putting him in like not Jedi outfits for a little bit. Maybe he was wearing it for a special day in A New Hope.
Now, what ending do you like more? Yub Nub? Or the John Williams, like, redoing it with the music cutting to everyone in the galaxy?
Oh,
I like Yub Nub.
I like Yub Nub.
Nub, nub, nub. Which one do you like more?
Wisa free!
So the 97 one, they're showing the rest of the galaxy celebrating. Again, Mos Eisley, this hive of scum and villainy, they're really happy for throwing off fireworks. What if they like weren't celebrating? They were just like, What if Mos Eisley, that was just a gunfight that was going on and just looks like celebrating?
Probably was.
Yeah. But then, like, I remember in 97 they showed Coruscant, and I remember that was like the first time we saw Coruscant and like the Emperor statues being pulled down. It's funny how like the Empire, they're like, all right, well, we're done. It's like, okay, I think was there not a chain of command in place?
And also how they know they won from the explosion in the sky. They're like,
they got a call.
Oh, true.
Probably stand down. I don't know.
Yeah. I think they won.
So they did that, and I was like, okay, whatever. I get it. And the new music, although I like the Nub. But then the 2004, they're like, well, we got to show Naboo. And look, it might not be Jar Jar, but they have a Gungan going, we free.
I miss Yub Nub a lot. But you know what? I do like that they went back to the other planets. Tie it all together.
Even the prequel planets?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, when I first saw that and I heard the Wisa free, I'm talking like, this is like full on like belly laughing.
Yeah. Because at that point,
it's like, no fucking way.
At that point, he's doing it out of spite.
Yeah,
like, there's no way he did that for like integrity.
He had to.
So we've done the original trilogy. Again, where we focus on the negative, we focus on the special edition. Why don't you like Return of the Jedi?
Never liked it. I just felt like too much was going on. I hate Ewoks. Like, it just...
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our other videos and Patreon page.